I was kind of missing Qwen, and here they are with their most powerful vision model to the date. Qwen3-VL 30 billion is released under thinking and instruction flavors, and that is what we are going to install in this video. I'm also going to test it out thoroughly on various hard to weird images, so let's get started. This is Fahad Mirza and I welcome you to the channel. Please like the video and subscribe and consider becoming a member as that helps a lot. You can see that we already have been covering Qwen 2.5 VL and various other vision language models from Qwen. So they have been improving quite steadily. And in this new model, they have tried to make the model as solid as possible so that it could read, see and act. It upgrades the Qwen line with stronger text generation, deeper visual understanding from photos and documents to multi-minute even videos, and a very long context window which is around 256k token, and you can even expand it for over long input. As a visual agent, it can operate GUIs by recognizing on-screen elements, understand their functions, calling tools and completing tasks. But we are going to test it out everything. More importantly, later in the video I am going to tell you about its architecture in very simple words. I believe it is very important to focus on architecture these days, because now going forward this is what is going to differentiate all of these hundreds of vision models from various providers. I am going to use this Ubuntu system. I have one GPU card NVIDIA H100 with 80 GB of VRAM, courtesy Massed Compute. If you are looking to rent a GPU on very affordable prices, you can find their link in video's description with a discount coupon code of 50% for range of GPUs. I already have created my virtual environment. If you don't want to do that, it's not mandatory but always feasible. Make sure that you install transformers library from source, because you would need it, as the actual library, the 4.57, I believe still it's not released at PyPy, so make sure that you install it from the source. Now let me launch my Jupyter notebook. And now let's download the model. And the model is being downloaded, and you can see there are 13 shards of it. While it downloads, let's talk a bit more about its architecture, which I believe is one of the best thing happening here. Under the hood, the model couples a high-capacity vision encoder with Qwen3-LM decoder and supports interleaved text, images and video token in one sequence. Interleaved MROP, which primarily is multi-dimensional positional embedding, allocates frequency across time, width and height to stabilize very long mixed modal context, especially for long horizon video. Deep Stack uses multi-level vision transformer features, so the decoder receives both coarse layout and fine details, tightening image text alignment. For temporal understanding, text timestamp alignment grounds events to precise times rather than loose frame ranges, which improves localization, step-by-step video reasoning, and second-level indexing. So all in all, together these modules let the LM reason over native resolution, inputs, multi-image sets and long videos while keeping the token flow unified. Very quickly showing you the benchmarks for both vision and text. I think this is, again, it has done quite well. So if you look at these benchmarks, it is quite balanced performance. It leads or is highly competitive across STEM, math reasoning, general VQA, which is visual question answering, chart document OCR, spatial understanding, multi-image task and video comprehension. It also keeps text-only skills close to pure LLMs, posting solid results on knowledge, reasoning, instruction following, and coding suites, while the thinking edition further boosts multi-step reasoning quality. In practice, I think it means better step-by-step math and causal analysis, reliable reading of complex documents and charts, stable tracking of objects, and action over time in video, and more accurate grounding when acting as a UI agent. So pretty good in my opinion, all the benchmarking information, and meanwhile our model is now downloaded. Let's now do the inference. So first up, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to use a local image which I will show you shortly, and I'm asking a prompt, I am encoding it with the tokenizer, model is generating output, and we are printing it back here. And you can use a similar thinking model in the same way if your queries are more complex or maybe reasoning or math oriented. Let me run this. It is also going to display the image. And it has given me the response. Let's check it out. So this is the image of a traffic signal where some lanes are closed, some are, the corner one is open, and I have asked it which lane is open. It is saying based on the electronic signs and signals shown in image, we can determine which lane is open and all that stuff. It says left lane. Okay, so I think I would just need to increase this max new token in order to produce more data. Let me quickly do that and rerun it. I have increased the max new token to 512, and now you can see that it has given me the response, which looks pretty good to me. And left lane, middle, right, and it says open lane is the one on the far right, which is correct. Okay, let's do one more. Okay, next up, I'm going to do an OCR. I'm just going to run it and it is going to display the image while it runs. I'm also going to show you the VRAM consumption in real time. So you can see it is consuming over 60 gig of VRAM as it is doing the inference. So, and that is the max I have seen it going. So 30 billion model, because of the sparse architecture and the other bits which I explained earlier, it is just consuming that much VRAM. Okay, so let's close this. My system is a bit slow due to this. Okay, let's go down. So this is the ad which I have, the image which I have given it from the old newspaper. Let's wait. So you can see it's a retro sort of ad which I have given it, and it says that it's a clothing sale, which is correct, likely from a department store or clothing retailer. And then it is talking all about what exactly is being displayed, and it has got most of, or I would say all the numbers right. And then it says bold text, and yes, it is from early 90s or 2000, and that is where I think this newspaper which I got from a regional paper is from 1991, and it has got it right. It says specific brands are there. Very nice. Okay, so OCR is quite good. Next up, I have given it this handwritten letter, and then it is a bit crumpled too and crossed out, and it has got all of it right. Also, not only that, you see it has even got the crossed out words. Plus, I also asked it what is the language and the type. It is saying it is handwritten and the language is English. Let's do one Arabic. And this is the Arabic one. Now, if you are that language speaker, please tell me what do you think, because visually looking at it, some of the words looks quite good to me. For example, look at this one and this one. Also some of the other words, and it has identified the language, and it has also text type is newspaper. How good is that? Okay, let's do one more OCR and then we will maybe or maybe let's do a chart one now. Okay, so I have given it this chart where there are different second per pages. Some of the tools have been compared on this chart, and it has identified it. It's a bar chart, and then it is talking about what exactly this is doing, different heart rate platforms, processing times, and what is happening on all the axes, and it has identified it pretty well. And then it has given some of the uh, detail analysis, which I'm just scrolling through. My apologies for the speed. I think this is just my network today, but you see that it is doing pretty well. And performance by task, spot on. Okay, let's do one invoice. Next up, I am using this invoice and I'm asking it, is this invoice paid? Let's go down. I think it already has done it. And this is the invoice. It has all the tables and all the unstructured, sort of complex data structure here. And you can see that it is due. There is no paid information. And the model says we can determine its payment status. So it is determining the paper status, and it says that it indicates it's not paid and total amount due is $400. So look, amazing model. Very impressed by it. It's a huge model. I will be making more videos. I think I will also do a thinking model variant with the video maybe. So So stay tuned and subscribe to the channel because that video will be coming very soon. Let me know what do you think. Again, please like and subscribe and become a member, as that helps a lot. Thank you for all the support.